Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fit and safe. Welcome back to your online classes. Today we will start Social Studies, Geography, Chapter 1, Resources. So let's start. Today we will study what is resource. So whenever you feel thirsty, what you need? I think your answer will be water. Whenever you feel sick, where you go? You will tell me you go to a hospital. whom you whom you search when you are sick, matlab who gives you medicine? You tell me doctor. So anything, whatever you need, and by anything you fulfill your need, that is a resource. So if I tell you what is resource, so anything that satisfies human needs is called a resource. Anything that can be water, sun, light, hospital, building, road, these all are resources we use in our daily life. Okay, so there are some resources which we can bought and sold, okay, which we can buy, which we can sell, but there are some resources whom which can't buy or sold. Okay, they give us only pleasure. So these such resources have different type of values, So now we will understand the value of resources. Okay, so different resources are valued for different reasons. Some resources can be bought and sold, or can be used to make things that can be bought and sold, like wheat, right? So wheat we can directly buy and sell also, and we can make the food from wheat, and that also we can buy and sell. So the wheat, the crop, minerals, okay, and the metals, these are the things we can use to make things also, and we can buy them or sold them directly also. So there are some resources which we can buy and sold. These resources or such resources have economic value. Okay, now coming to the second value, aesthetic value. So things that give us pleasure, the things that give us pleasure are also resources, like mountain, amusement park, theater. Okay, whenever you go to a cinema hall, you watch a movie, you feel happy, okay, or sad, or whatever the feeling is coming to you by seeing such action, or you scared sometime. So that things give you inner pleasure. Okay, so these resources or such resources have aesthetic value. So there are two type of values basically, economic value and aesthetic value. So if I say in common, so the resources which we can bought and sold have economic value, and the things that give us pleasure are having aesthetic value. Now moving on to the type of resources. So there are three types of resources. Number 1, natural resources. Number 2, man-made resources. And number 3, human resource. Okay, so human himself also is a resource that I will explain you later. First, let's learn what is natural resources. So all the resources which are provided by the nature, which nature has provided us, that are called natural resources. Like sun is provided by nature. Like air, water, these are provided us by the nature. So these are called natural resources. Now coming to man-made resources. Now what is man-made resources? Like road, building, hospital, school, these are man-made resources. Man has created these resources for his needs. Okay, now coming to the very important resources which is made by or created by man is the technology by which we are able to interact with each other now. Okay, computer, technology, these are also man-made resources. Okay, so we have understood about natural resources, man-made resources. Now coming to the third type of resources, which is human resource. So human himself also is a resource. Suppose when you are making a building, okay, so what you need? you need cement, you need other infrastructure, but you need labor also. Suppose there are hospitals, but for hospitals we need doctors also, right? So human himself also is a resource. By his ability, by his skills, the man has only the power to create any resources into a useful one. Okay, by the skill, by his intelligence, by his creativity, the man only can convert a resource into a useful resource. So man himself is a resource, that is called human resource. Okay, so these are the type of resources. So there are 3 type of resources. Once again, just repeat it: natural resources, man-made resources, and human resource. Okay, human himself, या आप इसको human being भी लिख सकते हो. So human resource. Okay, now moving on to the next heading, which is classification of resources. Now natural resources can be divided into various parts. Okay, we can classify the resources on the basis of the various features, like on the basis of nature and origin. Okay, the nature and origin means where originally they belong to. So on the basis of nature and origin, the resources are divided into 2 parts: biotic and abiotic. I hope you all are able to see it. If you are not, I am making it clear. On the basis of origin, there are 2 type of resources: biotic and abiotic. All the living things comes in biotic resources, like plants, animals, and humans. These all comes in biotic resources. Now all the non-living things like sun, light, air, these comes in abiotic resources. Okay, so there, on the basis of nature and origin, there are 2 type of resources: biotic resources and abiotic resources. Now coming to the next classification, which is on the basis of stock and availability, ki how much that particular resource is available. Okay, if we consume that particular resource today, will it be able tomorrow also or not? So let me give you an example, that there are 2 type of resources on this basis, and that is renewable and non-renewable. Renewable resources are inexhaustible resources whom we can consume as much we can. They never gonna be repleted. Okay, like sun, if you consume sun today, it will rise tomorrow also. Okay, like air, if we consume air today, it will be available. Now water is also there on earth, but I can't say it's renewable, because fresh water is available just 1%. But if I say water, that is available everywhere on the earth. I think 70% of the earth is water, but the thing is fresh water is only 1%. That is the thing. So that now is renewable, but I think soon it will become non-renewable. Okay, so water comes in renewable resource. Okay, now coming to non-renewable resources like fossil fuels. I hope you nowadays you are listening the high price of the petrol and diesel. Why they are high? Because it is non-renewable. If you will consume them, rapidly, it will replete it. Okay, it will end. So all the non-renewable like fossil fuels, minerals, it took many years to build up. Okay, it took many years to become a fuel, a fossil fuel or mineral. It takes many years. So if we consume them rapidly, it will end it. So these are called non-renewable resources. So this was the classification on the basis of stock and availability. Now coming to on the basis of distribution. Okay, so on the basis of distribution, there are 2 type of resources: ubiquitous and localized. Now what is ubiquitous? Ubiquitous resources which are available everywhere. Either when you go to Antarctica, or when you go to North America, or when you go to Japan, the sun is everywhere, the air is everywhere. Okay, the water is everywhere. But let me give you one example. which can be ubiquitous also and localized also. So you will understand the localized word also. Soil. Okay, soil is available everywhere. You know, wherever you go in the world, in any place you go, the soil is everywhere. Okay, but the fertile soil is not available everywhere. Okay, when you go to a desert, or when you go to Saudi Arabia, there is desert. Okay, there is sand, so you can't grow crops there. So the fertile soil is localized. So the resources which are available at certain places are called localized, like metal ores, like fuels, fossil fuels, the petrol and diesel, the raw fuel are available only in Arab countries. Okay, so these are called localized, which are available at certain places, and with the resources which are available everywhere are called ubiquitous. Okay, so this was the classification on the basis of distribution. Now coming to the on the basis of level of development. Okay, now on the basis of level of development, so in that also I will give you one example. You all are aware of CNG now. Okay, CNG, I hope you understand. CNG is used now in many vehicles also, in the place of petrol and diesel. Okay, so compressed natural gas, I hope you are very familiar with this word. You have heard it also, you have studied it also. So CNG was a potential resource until we humans have not identified it, and we were not using it. Till then it was potential, but now it comes in actual resource. Why? Because we are using it. So basically now the resources or the resources which we are using now, we have identified them and we are using them. These are actual resources, like fossil fuels, like petrol, diesel, coal, okay, electricity. These are actual resources. Now what is potential resources? Which we can use in future by the development of the technology, or the researchers, or the available, whatever the availability, we will use them in future, is called potential resources. Like tidal energy, like solar energy many people are using, but this is not as wide. Okay, it's very expensive also, so not many people are using it. So we can use it in the place of electricity. So that will be potential. That's like we are using CNG in place of petrol. Okay, some vehicles are there which are using CNG. So we can use the resources maybe in future. Those comes in potential resources. Okay, so this was the classification of resources. Let's just revise it again. On the basis of nature and origin, that is biotic and abiotic. On the basis of stock and availability, that is renewable and non-renewable. On the basis of distribution, that is ubiquitous and localized. And on the basis of level of development, that is actual and potential. Okay, so moving on to the next heading, which is sustainable development. Okay, so you all should be familiar with this word. You have studied it in previous classes also. So let's just revise it once again, repeat it once again. So what is sustainable development? We should do the development without harming the nature, without harming the available resources, and we should preserve and conserve resources for our future generation also. That is called sustainable development. So the use of resources in such a way that present needs can be met without destroying the ability of future generation to meet their needs is known as sustainable development. Okay, once again I will repeat. The use of resources, the resources which we are using in such a way that our present needs also be fulfilled, and we are not destroying the resources, the quality of resources also, and we should preserve and conserve them for future generation also. That is known as sustainable development. Okay, now what is there in sustainable development, what it involves? Okay, so Here we go. Sustainable development involves number 1, what? Preventing wastage and excess consumption of resources. You have seen many people, wasting water. Okay, you people also, I have seen in the school sometime, whenever you are washing hands and filling your water bottle, you waste water a lot. Okay, so we have to prevent wastage and excess consumption of resources. Okay, do not use extra use anything. Okay, whether it is electricity, whether it is water, you all are aware that there is water scarcity everywhere. Okay, now the water level is going down and down every year, so we should prevent wastage and excess consumption of resources like water. Okay, so this comes in sustainable development. Now second point, preventing pollution. Okay, so the two example I will give that is polluted completely by us, that is air and water. Okay, every year when Diwali comes, you have been listening this continuously, that there is air pollution. The people in Delhi are not able to breathe. Okay, so why it is happening? It is happening because of the deforestation. It is happening because of the vehicle going like anything, right? So this, we are polluting air, so we should prevent pollution by planting trees. Okay, we can prevent pollution by using rainwater harvesting. Okay, so prevent pollution is also a part of sustainable development. Now coming to the third point, which is preserving the biological diversity. Okay, now biological diversity, you all should know what it is. Some species of bird and animal are extinct now, and some are in the process of extincting. Okay, some are extinct already, and some are in the now they are going to extinct. So the biological diversity are also affecting by the how humans are cutting forest. So the forest animal, birds, so we should preserve them, because the biological diversity should be there on earth. Okay, so that is also comes in sustainable development. Now coming to the next, that is recycling and reusable resources. Okay, so there are some resources like iron which we can recycle, like paper. Okay, paper also we can recycle. There are many things which we can recycle and reuse. Okay, rainwater harvesting, things like we can do for our environment. I hope on 5th June you have posted and uploaded pictures of environment, save environment. Okay, recycle, reuse. So make it and do it in practical also. Not only uploading a picture will help our environment to be green, to be good. Okay, we should do also like this. I have seen some video on Facebook. There, the plastic is very harmful for our environment, we all know, but thing is ki whatever is produced, what should we do with that? So I saw a video on that. Some person was making the tiles for the road by the plastic. Okay, so things like this can be done. Okay, so we should recycle and reuse resources if possible. Now coming to the last and fifth point, which is using alternative instead of scarce resources. Yani those resources which are going to end now, which are very scarce. Okay, we can use alternative in place of them, like the petrol and diesel is very high, so we can use CNG in place of that. Okay, there is our river water dam, the electricity, in place of that we can use solar energy. So there are some alternatives. So there are resources whom we can use as alternative instead of scarce resources. So these are the points which sustainable development involves. So that was the chapter 1, resources. I hope you have understood. Now we'll meet again in the next chapter. Till then, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, wear masks, don't go out unnecessarily, and take care of yourself and your family too. Thank you.